Welcome back, everyone. Today we're diving into something a little different, a little bit intriguing, maybe even a little unsettling.
Unsettling. How so?
Well, we're going to be looking at the Simpsons predictions, specifically ones for the year 2025.
Ah, The Simpsons, a show that seems to have predicted everything from political scandals to technological advancements.
Exactly, and that's what makes this so interesting. Our source material for this deep dive is a YouTube video titled "The Simpsons Predictions for 2025 Will Haunt You."
Oh, wow. Okay, so are we going to be like analyzing these predictions, trying to figure out if the Simpsons writers are actually like time travelers or something?
Well, maybe not time travelers, but we'll definitely be sifting through these predictions, separating the plausible from the outlandish, and see if The Simpsons might actually be onto something.
Yeah, okay. I'm game for that. The Simpsons does have a pretty impressive track record when it comes to predictions.
Absolutely. I
Well,
mean, think about the FIFA bribery scandal predicted in a 2014 episode, and then bam, a few years later in 2018, it actually happened.
Oh, yeah, that's right. And what about when the U.S. curling team won gold at the 2018 Winter Olympics?
Yeah, that was predicted way back in 2010. It's crazy.
It really is. And let's not forget about Disney buying 20th Century Fox. That was predicted in 1998.
And the acquisition was announced in 2017. That's almost 2 decades later.
It's almost like they have a crystal ball or something.
Right. Or maybe they're just really good at observing societal trends and kind of like extrapolating them into the future.
That's probably a more rational explanation.
True. But either way, it's fascinating to see how often they've hit the mark. So, okay, let's fast forward to 2025.
Okay, so what does The Simpsons have in store for us in 2025?
Well, the video highlights a lot of predictions related to technology, and some of them are pretty thought-provoking.
Technology, huh? Well, that makes sense. I mean, technology is advancing so rapidly these days, it's kind of hard to keep up.
Yeah, and there are several episodes that hint at AI becoming so sophisticated that it starts to, like, take over human jobs.
Like in that Halloween episode, Treehouse of Horror 14th, where Homer gets replaced by a robot at the power plant.
Right, exactly. And then there's the classic episode, Itchy and Scratchy Land, where those amusement park robots go haywire.
Oh, yeah. That one was a bit creepy. It makes you wonder if our reliance on AI could backfire in some unexpected way.
It's interesting, isn't it? Because on one hand, we're seeing AI like ChatGPT becoming incredibly useful, in our daily lives.
Yeah, it can be helpful, but on the other hand, there's this underlying fear that it could become too powerful, too uncontrollable.
Exactly like a double-edged sword. And The Simpsons, in its satirical way, seems to be highlighting both the potential benefits and the potential pitfalls of AI.
It's like they're saying, hey, be careful with this stuff. It could be great, but it could also be dangerous.
Right. And in a way, those predictions, even if they don't come true, literally serve as a warning.
A warning about what?
Well, they make us think about the choices we're making today and how they might shape the future.
Yeah. Oh, I see. Yeah, like they're forcing us to confront the ethical and societal implications of, all these technological advancements.
Exactly. Now, another tech prediction that caught my eye was the idea of holograms replacing phones. Like in Bart to the Future, where they're just casually chatting with holographic images.
Oh, yeah. I remember that episode. It seemed so futuristic back then.
But now we actually have technology like HD3 holograms being used in stores and stuff.
I saw one at Best Buy the other day. It was pretty mind-blowing.
Yeah, it makes you wonder if holograms could actually become our primary mode of communication in the future.
It's not entirely outside the realm of possibility. I mean, look how quickly smartphones have transformed our lives.
Right. Could holograms follow a similar trajectory?
It would definitely change the way we interact with each other and with the world around us, that's for sure.
Absolutely. And then there's the whole prediction about the potential downsides of virtual reality.
Oh, you mean like in that episode where Homer and Marge are like indulging in these virtual dining experiences while they're hooked up to feeding tubes?
Yes, that one. It's a bit of a dystopian vision, but it does raise some valid concerns about how VR could, detach us from reality.
Especially with companies like Aero Banquets, RMX, and Royal Caribbean already experimenting with virtual dining experiences.
Yeah, it makes you wonder if we're headed for a future where people choose virtual indulgence over real-world interactions.
It's a question worth pondering. Are we in danger of becoming so absorbed in these virtual worlds that we lose touch with the physical world and with each other?
It's a scary thought. All these predictions, even if they're presented in this comedic way, they really make you think about the potential consequences of, technological advancement.
They do. They really make you stop and think. And it's not just about technology either. The Simpsons has also made some rather grim predictions about global events and potential disasters.
Oh yeah, the dark side of the predictions, like episodes like Treehouse of Horror 99 and Back to the Future, paint a pretty bleak picture of the future.
Yeah, they depict a world where financial chaos and societal breakdown are the norm, you know?
And then there's that episode where Lisa becomes president and inherits this disastrous budget situation from President Trump.
It seems to tap into a lot of real-world anxieties about economic instability.
It does, doesn't it? It's like The Simpsons is holding up a mirror to our deepest fears about the future, and those fears don't stop at economic collapse.
Right. There are also predictions about nuclear disaster, everything from solar flares to nuclear plant meltdowns to escalating global tensions.
And with the current state of the world where nuclear threats and cyber attacks are becoming increasingly real, those predictions feel uncomfortably close to home.
It's definitely a sobering thought.
It is, and as if nuclear war wasn't bad enough. There's also the prediction of a large-scale environmental disaster.
Oh, yeah, like in the Simpsons movie, the environmental crisis that engulfed Springfield.
Right. It's a stark reminder of the potential consequences of, our actions on the planet.
And with predictions of intensifying climate change effects in 2025, rising sea levels, extreme weather, devastating wildfires, it's clear that addressing environmental issues is more crucial now than ever.
Absolutely. The future of our planet is at stake. It's a lot to take in.
It is. We've covered a lot of ground already, and it's all pretty heavy stuff.
It is. But amidst all these dire predictions, The Simpsons also offers glimpses of some intriguing innovations that could shape our future in a more positive light.
Oh, you mean like Lisa's solar-powered car from that episode, Paths of Glory?
Yes, I remember that episode.
Yeah.
It's funny how what seemed like science fiction back then is now becoming a reality.
Right. Companies like Tesla and Lightyear are already developing solar-powered vehicles, aiming to reduce our reliance on fossil fuels.
It's exciting to think that we might be driving around in solar-powered cars in the not-so-distant future. But just like in the episode, there's bound to be resistance from those who benefit from the status quo.
Oh, absolutely. The transition to sustainable energy won't be without its challenges, but the potential benefits are undeniable. And speaking of innovations, how about the baby translator from Lisa the Simpson?
Oh, that's a classic. Imagine being able to understand your baby's every gurgle and coo. Would it be a dream come true or a recipe for parental overload? What do you think?
It's an interesting concept to ponder. On the one hand, it could revolutionize parent-child communication, but on the other hand, it might rob us of some of the mystery and wonder of those early years.
It's a double-edged sword for sure. But hey, if it means fewer sleepless nights, I'm all for it. Speaking of things that could go wrong, The Simpsons has even tackled the possibility of a zombie apocalypse.
Oh, yeah, with the tainted crusty burger.
Right from that classic Treehouse of Horror episode where everyone in Springfield turns into zombies.
It's amazing how The Simpsons can take a real-world concern and just turn it into this hilarious spectacle.
But even beneath the humor, there's often a deeper message.
Exactly, like it makes us think about the potential consequences of food contamination or even just the importance of being prepared,
Right, like what would we actually do if a zombie apocalypse really happened?
Who knows? But it's fun to think about. And hey, maybe The Simpsons is giving us a little heads up just in case.
Maybe. So it's always good to be prepared. Now, remember that episode where Homer becomes convinced that the world is going to end?
Oh, yeah, based on that biblical passage.
Uh-huh. And he starts hoarding supplies and building a bunker in his backyard.
It's classic Homer, always overreacting, but it does make you think about our fascination with doomsday scenarios,
Like, why are we so drawn to these end-of-the-world stories?
I think it's because deep down we all have this fear of the unknown, this anxiety about what the future holds.
True. And sometimes the best way to cope with that fear is to just laugh at it.
Absolutely. Now, speaking of the future, The Simpsons hasn't just predicted disasters, they've also shown some pretty interesting advancements in other areas like medicine.
Oh, yeah, like that futuristic medical office in Homer the Heretic with the instant diagnoses and personalized treatments.
It's amazing how what seemed so far-fetched back then is now becoming a reality with things like CRISPR gene editing and personalized medicine based on an individual's DNA.
I know, it's mind-blowing to think about all the medical marvels that might be possible in the future.
Like maybe we'll have cures for diseases that are currently incurable or even be able to extend human lifespans significantly.
The possibilities are endless. And let's not forget about the prediction of 3D printed food.
Oh, yeah, from that episode where they're printing pizzas and
I
desserts.
know it seemed like pure fantasy, but
Yeah.
now there are companies developing 3D printers that can create entire meals.
Imagine a future where we can just print customized meals tailored to our specific dietary needs and
That
preferences.
would be amazing. It could revolutionize the food industry and help address issues like food scarcity and sustainability.
It's definitely a game changer. And speaking of mind-blowing possibilities, how about the concept of music-induced mind control?
Oh, like in that New Kids on the Block episode, where the boy band uses subliminal messages in their music to manipulate their fans.
Right, it's a pretty unsettling thought, but it does make you think about the power of music and its potential for influence, both positive and negative.
I mean, we all know how music can evoke strong emotions, bring back memories, even inspire us to take action.
But the idea that it could be used for manipulation is a little creepy.
It's a reminder to be mindful of the messages we're consuming, whether consciously or subconsciously.
Absolutely. We should always be critical thinkers and question the information we're receiving regardless of the source. And it's not just about subliminal messages either.
Right. Music can also be used to promote certain ideologies or reinforce social norms.
Exactly. It's a powerful tool that can shape our perceptions and beliefs. And The Simpsons, in its own way, is prompting us to think about the potential consequences of unchecked influence, even through something as seemingly harmless as music. So true. It's a reminder that we should always be aware of the messages we're consuming, whether they're coming from politicians, advertisers, or even our favorite pop stars.
Well said. Critical thinking is essential in a world where we're constantly bombarded with information. We need to be able to discern fact from fiction, truth from manipulation.
Now, speaking of discerning truth from fiction, we've covered a lot of Simpsons predictions today. Some of them seem plausible, while others are a bit more out there.
Yeah, it's interesting to see which predictions resonate with us and which ones we dismiss as pure fantasy.
Maybe it reflects our own hopes and fears about the future, or maybe it's just fun to speculate about what might be.
Absolutely. It's a way to engage with the unknown, to explore the possibilities and imagine what the world might look like in the years to come.
And The Simpsons, with its blend of humor, satire, social commentary, provides this really unique lens through which to view those possibilities.
It's a show that, despite its comedic nature, often manages to tap into something deeper, something that reflects our collective anxieties and aspirations. And sometimes it even predicts the future, whether intentionally or not.
Let's not forget that some of those predictions haven't come true. Remember the episode where Bart travels to the future and sees that Lisa is president of the United States?
Oh yeah, Bart to the Future, that was a classic.
And while Lisa hasn't become president yet, that prediction wasn't entirely off the mark.
How so?
Well, in that same episode, Lisa becomes president after inheriting a difficult situation from President Trump. And while that didn't happen in the real world, it's interesting to note that Kamala Harris, who became vice president in 2021, bears a striking resemblance to Lisa.
Oh yeah, I see what you mean. And both are intelligent, strong women who've broken barriers in their respective fields.
Exactly. So perhaps The Simpsons wasn't predicting specific events as much as it was reflecting a growing societal trend, towards greater representation and diversity in leadership roles.
That's a fascinating perspective.
Sure.
It suggests that the writers aren't necessarily fortune tellers, but rather keen observers of social and cultural shifts.
Precisely, they're able to pick up on these subtle cues and extrapolate them into these humorous yet thought-provoking scenarios.
And those scenarios, even when they're exaggerated or fantastical,
Yeah.
often make us think about the real-world implications of those trends.
It's a reminder that The Simpsons, while primarily a comedy, can also serve as a powerful tool for social commentary and reflection.
And sometimes it can even make us a little bit scared about the future. Remember that episode Bart Gets an F, where Bart daydreams about robots taking over the world?
Oh, yeah. Another classic example of The Simpsons tapping into our anxieties about technology. And in an age where artificial intelligence is advancing at an unprecedented rate, those anxieties are more relevant than ever.
It's a reminder that we need to approach technological advancements with caution and think critically about their potential consequences.
We can't just assume that progress is always beneficial. We need to consider the ethical implications of new technologies and ensure that they're being used responsibly.
Otherwise, we might end up living in a world ruled by robots, just like in Bart's nightmare.
Or maybe those robots will turn out to be benevolent overlords, who serve us delicious snacks and solve all our problems.
Ha. Now that's a future I could get behind. But on a more serious note, The Simpsons has also made some predictions that, while not apocalyptic, are still pretty unsettling.
You're thinking of the episode Marge Gets a Job, where a submarine implodes due to a design flaw?
Yes, that one it aired in 1994, and then tragically in 2000, the Russian submarine Kursk sank, resulting in the loss of all 118 crew members.
It's a heartbreaking reminder that even in a world of advanced technology, disasters can still happen. Human error, design flaws, unforeseen circumstances, they can all have devastating consequences.
It's a sobering thought, and it speaks to the power of The Simpsons to reflect both the wonders and the potential pitfalls of the human experience, often with uncanny accuracy.
Indeed, it's a show that manages to entertain, provoke, and make us think all at the same time.
And sometimes it even predicts the future. But whether those predictions are intentional or coincidental, they always seem to spark conversation and make us consider the world around us in new and interesting ways. Wow. So we've really journeyed through a whirlwind of Simpsons predictions, haven't we?
We have some hitting incredibly close to home, others leaving us kind of wondering if the writers were just having a bit of a laugh.
Right. But what I find so captivating is how the show manages to blend humor with social commentary.
Yeah, they highlight the absurdity of our world, but at the same time, they make us think critically about the future.
It's like they're holding up this funhouse mirror to society,
Distorting reality just enough to make us laugh.
but also revealing these uncomfortable truths.
About ourselves and the path we're on.
Exactly. And it's this blend of satire and insight that makes these predictions so compelling.
It really does.
They make us question, is The Simpsons merely reflecting current trends and anxieties? Or are they offering genuine glimpses into what might lie ahead?
It's a question worth asking.
So of all the predictions we've discussed today, which one struck you as the most likely to actually materialize by 2025?
It's hard to say for sure. The future is always full of surprises.
Right. But if you had to put your money on a few.
I'd say the advancements in AI, virtual reality, and personalized medicine seem to be on a trajectory that aligns with several Simpsons predictions.
I agree. The way AI is infiltrating various aspects of our lives, from chatbots to self-driving cars, it's not hard to imagine a future where robots play an even more prominent role.
And as VR technology becomes more sophisticated and accessible, the potential for virtual experiences to blur with reality as depicted in some episodes is becoming increasingly plausible.
It really does feel like the line between science fiction and reality is getting blurrier by the day.
It does, doesn't it?
It's both exciting and a bit unnerving.
I agree.
So, dear listeners, as we wrap up this deep dive into the Simpsons predictions, we leave you with this final thought. Are these predictions merely coincidences, clever writing, or something more?
Do the Simpsons writers possess some uncanny ability to see into the future?
Or simply a knack for tapping into our collective anxieties and aspirations?
Maybe the answer lies somewhere in between.
But one thing's for sure, The Simpsons given us a lot to think about.
It has.
And whether you believe in their predictive powers or not, their insights into the human condition and the future of our world are definitely worth pondering.
I think so too.
Well, that's all the time we have for today's deep dive into The Simpsons predictions for 2025. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Until next time, keep your eyes peeled for those Simpsons predictions playing out in the real world.
And who knows, maybe we'll be back in 2026 to revisit this episode.
And see just how many of these wild scenarios actually came to pass.
Today is your lucky day. Today is the day that our $3 website works for you, paying you directly to your PayPal daily. Imagine $3 ongoing continuous payments to your PayPal account. Imagine falling asleep and waking up to $300 in your PayPal account. How would this make you feel? How could this help you? What bills could you pay? What kind of fun could you have? What does that retirement look like now? All for a one-time payment of $3. This website is DFY done for you, fully built and completely hosted, and never stops collecting payments for you. You have spent $3 on coffee on a regular, but that coffee won't help you create multiple streams of income. Click the link below.